Good morning or good afternoon. It depends on when you will watch this video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to tell your story. So what is your story and how to tell your story? Who will be interested in your story and what you can benefit by telling people what is your story. So if you check on the internet or if you go on Google, you check people's story, you will see each group of people or each entrepreneur or anybody who's successful, wealthy people, they have a story. And they build their business based on their story. So that's why I think it is necessary to know how to tell your story and what you can benefit from your story and what other people can benefit from your story. So what is my story? If I'm talking about how to tell your story, so what is my story? So I'm a musician, I'm a chef or cook, and also I'm an entrepreneur. How you will know where I came from and how do I get where I'm at? So that is my story. So if they ask me like tell your story in 10 seconds, what am I gonna say? Yes, well, this is how it goes. 2012, I left music, something that I love, and I was chasing money and went to culinary school, worked for almost 10 years and underpaid and hate what I was doing, and I was looking for other opportunity until I find out that entrepreneurship or digital marketing business where I can start doing something else and make more money and I can double my income. And this is where I start doing marketing and I learned so much, so now I can come and tell you how you can use your story and make money out of it. So how to tell your story. There's a lot of things you need to know before you can know what to say and how to say, how to structure your story. And if you check my story, I said a lot. So how I can make my story shorter and how I can tell my story and not boring of telling it, and how I can tell my story and I don't like make people confused, and how I can tell my story to make it interesting. So if you check like motivational speaker, they start by telling their story. If you check like Les Brown, if you check like Tony Robbins and Jeff Lerner, Gary Vee, all of them, they do one thing, telling their story. How they start, where they came from, what they do, and how they get where they are. And it is simple, but you need to learn how to do that and how to do it to impress people. And you will be surprised to see how many people will be interested in your story, how your story can change a lot of people's lives, and how people will benefit from your story. And the funny thing, people will pay money to come and listen to your story. So is it your story interesting? Is it boring? Or whatever it is, whatever the situation, but your story is important. So how to structure your story to make it interesting? Well, you can take any boring story, tell it in a way like people will love it. And I was listening to Tyler Perry, that's his name? Yeah. Tyler Perry, Big Mama. And if you listening to his story, it's an interesting. And your story, that's what will motivate you to take your life to the next level. That's what will motivate you to change your life. And that motivation not only gonna be for you, and it will motivate other people also to tell their story and change their life based on their story. So who can benefit from your story? Well, without even knowing, there's a lot of people that's like most of the thing you see, you like those people, they like the same thing. And don't get me wrong, you will see right now there's a lot of people that are in the same situation. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to solve that problem. They don't know how to get out from that problem. And they like overwhelmed. They can't deal with that no more. And when you come up and tell your story, those people, they will went like oh, this is not only me. Somebody else went through that problem and they made it. So I can make it too. So, and if you tell them exactly what do you do, how do you do it, well, those people, they are willing to pay you money so they can learn more about you, they can learn more about your story, and they can know more about you. Like if you tell them they have to pay, like people pay thousands of dollars to go watch Tony Robbins. So what Tony Robbins do? Just telling his story. People pay a lot of money to go watch Gary Vee. Watch Gary Vee do? Tell his story. People pay thousands of dollars to go watch Jeff Lerner. What Jeff Lerner do? Tell his story. So, what is your story? How you can make your story interesting? How you can tell your story in a way where it will interested and change people's life? You can see, like, people, they will pay you for your story. And I was watching a guy, a preacher, Miles Monroe, and he said, be valuable to the world and the world will pay you to be you. And that's exactly what I'm telling you right now. So use your story, tell your story, and you can tell, if you're telling your story and you get tired of telling your story, let me tell you, this is not your story. And people need to hear that story. Like every time you open your mouth, you have to tell them, this is your story, this is who I am. And more you tell your story, more people will learn about you, more they will like make connection with you, more you can build a legacy out of your story. So if you in a conference or in a mastermind and they announce like somebody going to talk and they don't tell you that person, they don't tell you nothing about that person, and they just tell you the name, you can see based on that person's name, you already know who that person is. If I say my name right now, you will not know who I am, or because I don't do nothing. I don't tell my story enough so people can know me. But some people, they've been telling their story every day, every minute, every second, and they never tired of doing that. And from their story, their name becomes something. So you have a story. You have to tell your story. You have to come on social media, on YouTube, or wherever it is to tell your story. You have to do that. If you don't do that, nobody will do it for you. And most people that's building a big business, they have a brand name. All brand name has a story behind it. So that's why you have to come up and tell your story. You have to be on social media. You have to be everywhere. You have to write book. You have to do everything just to let people know who you are and what is your story. So if you want to learn more about that stuff, we'll invite you to a training that's done by my mentor, where you will learn more about how you can tell your story and how you can make your story interesting. And that way, when you tell someone your story, that person will be willing to pay you for your story, because your story can change a lot of people's life, and your story can even change the world. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, so you can watch more of my video, because I will make a lot of videos like that where you can use what I'm telling you and motivate yourself and go out there and make change or change people's life. See you.